Today we're going to do a word problem based on zeros of quadratic polynomial, in which we have to prove a condition. It is given if alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. This is the quadratic polynomial given and we have to prove this condition. So let us start the solution. It is given fx, polynomial is denoted by fx, x square minus px plus q. Alpha and beta are its zeros. Since alpha and beta are its zeros, therefore, now on the basis of the relation between sum of zeros and coefficient from the given polynomial, we can write the condition alpha plus beta equal to minus b by a equal to minus, in place of b we have minus p and a we have 1, so this will be equal to p. So in place of alpha plus beta we can write p, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. C we have q, q by upon 1 means q. So alpha plus beta equal to p and alpha into beta equal to q. Now let us take the left hand side portion of the condition that we have to prove. Why we are taking it? Because here we have the zeros of the polynomial. Left hand side, alpha square plus, now left hand side, alpha square upon beta square is plus beta square upon alpha square. First of all, we are going to take the LCM over here. When we take the LCM, it will be alpha square beta square multiply alpha raised to the power 4 plus beta raised to the power 4. We can also write it as alpha square whole square plus beta square whole square upon alpha beta whole square. We can, why we are writing? Since we have the value for alpha plus beta and alpha into beta, so we have to change this condition in the form of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. At the denominator we get alpha into beta whole square, so in place of it we can write q. But what for this condition? So we have to change it in the form of alpha plus beta or alpha into beta. So this way we can do, first split the power, alpha square into square, beta square into square. We're going to use the identity a square plus b square. Now for framing the identity, what we're going to do, we're going to add, in place of a we have alpha square, in place of b we have beta square. So for forming the relation a plus b whole square, what we have to do, we have to add and subtract. We have to add 2ab and subtract 2ab. In place of a we have alpha square, in place of b we have beta square. So we are adding and subtracting also from this term. We're going to add and subtract by 2 alpha square beta square, so that we get the same relation as in the step just before it, alpha beta whole square. So these three terms will give us the relation a square plus b square plus 2ab. It will be changed into a plus b whole square. Now in place of a we have alpha square, in place of b we have beta square whole square, a plus b whole square. The last term we have to write as it is, 2 alpha square beta square, and at the denominator alpha beta whole square. Now don't open the square root, just change it again to form the relation a plus b whole square, because we don't have the value for alpha square plus beta square. We have the value for alpha plus beta or alpha into beta. So again we have to use the identity. So the same process again, we're going to add and subtract 2ab and 2 minus. Now for a we have alpha and for b we have beta, so we're going to add plus 2 alpha beta and minus 2 alpha beta, and whole square we have, so write as it is. The last term we have to write as it is we have, and denominator also the same way. Now again take the three term, a square plus b square plus 2ab. This will give a plus b whole square. Now in place of a we have alpha and in place of b we have beta. Alpha plus beta whole square. The last term is 2 alpha beta whole square minus 2 alpha square beta upon alpha beta whole square. Now we can use the identity a square a minus b whole square. Note here, in place of a we have this combination alpha plus beta whole square, and in place of b we have 2 alpha beta. So a square means A we have alpha plus beta whole square. This is the A term, we have to do the square of this, plus B square means 2 alpha beta whole square. This is the B term. Then A square plus B square minus 2AB. 2 into A we have again alpha plus beta whole square, this total term, and in place of B we have 2 alpha beta minus the last term, write as it is 2. The last term we have to write as it is minus 2 alpha square beta square, and at the denominator we have alpha beta whole square. Now what will happen? Now alpha plus beta whole square can be written as 2 into 2 4. This will be written as alpha plus beta, this will be written as alpha plus beta raised to the power 4, and alpha plus 2 alpha beta whole square means 2 into 2 will give 4 and alpha beta whole square. So plus 4 alpha square, or we can write their square one time, alpha beta whole square. Let us write it separately. Alpha plus beta raised to the power 4 plus 4 alpha square beta square. This 2 into 2 will give 4 minus 4. This combination we have to write as it is alpha plus beta whole square, and alpha into beta as it is we have to write, and at the last we have 2 alpha square beta square minus 2 alpha square beta square. At the denominator again we have alpha beta whole square. Now check the like term. This is alpha square beta square, and this is also alpha square beta square. We can first calculate it. So this will give alpha plus beta raised to the power 4 plus minus minus, this will give plus 2 alpha square beta square, because the bigger number is in positive, so it will be like this, and write the other term as it is. Now in place of these terms we can substitute the value of alpha plus beta wherever applicable, and alpha into beta. In place of alpha plus beta, which value we are going to write? In place of alpha plus beta we are going to write P, and in place of alpha into beta we have to write Q. So this will be changed into P raised to the power 4, and this will be 2 alpha square beta square. We can first write it as alpha into beta whole square. Now again this will change into P square, alpha into beta will be Q, and this will be Q whole square. In place of this also we'll write Q. 2q square minus 4p square q upon q square. Now we can separate q square in all. So when we're going to separate it, we'll get p raised to the power 4 upon q square plus 2q square upon q square minus 4p square upon q square. These q will be cancelled. Here it will be p raised to the power 4q square plus 2 minus 1q will be cancelled, 4p square upon q. So this is the condition which we have to prove. We are going to write it in the correct order. First p raised to the power 4q square, then minus 4p square upon q, and plus 2 at the last. So in the proper form we are going to arrange it. So this will give you p raised to the power 4 upon q square. This minus 4p square upon q we have to write at the second place, and plus 2 at the last place. So this is the right hand side portion that we have to prove. So student, this way we can prove the condition. Thank you.